Hey there, 8th graders, and welcome to this explainer. I gotta tell you, I am absolutely pumped to be your guide today, because we're gonna unlock something that honestly feels like a superpower once you finally nail it. Today, we're unpacking the whole shebang, the what, the why, and the how of delivering an incredible, truly unforgettable presentation. Now, whether you get butterflies just thinking about standing at the front of the classroom, or you already totally love the spotlight, this explainer is gonna give you the exact tools you need to level up those skills. So let's just jump right in. I want you to close your eyes for a quick second and be honest. Have you ever sat through a really, truly boring presentation? You know exactly the kind I mean. The speaker is just staring at their shoes, reading off a crumpled piece of paper in this endless monotone voice, and the visuals behind them, well, if there even are any, are just these giant, confusing walls of text. It kind of feels like time is literally standing still, doesn't it? Well, my promise to you today is that by the end of our time together, you'll have the exact tools to make sure you are never, ever that boring speaker.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Crafting the Perfect Presentation.
To start, we really need to nail down what actually makes a presentation successful. Actually, scratch that. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, and it's definitely not about having the flashiest slide animations. Here is our big idea for the day. A strong presentation is the perfect marriage of two things: clear speaking plus helpful visuals. That's the magic formula right there. Think of it kind of like a bicycle. Clear speaking is your front wheel, steering the direction of your ideas. Helpful visuals, that's your back wheel, providing the power to push those ideas forward. If either wheel is flat, you're really not going anywhere. You absolutely need to confidently say what you mean and visually show what you're saying.
And you know, this brilliantly illustrates a concept that goes back thousands of years. Colossians 4:6 says, "Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." I absolutely love that imagery. Seasoned with salt. Think about it. What does salt do to food? It brings out the flavor. When we present, we want our words to have grace, meaning they're kind, respectful, and well thought out, but we also want them to be salty. We want them to be flavorful and engaging so our audience actually wants to listen, and so we can answer them clearly.
Moving right along to Section 2, Why Presentation Skills Matter.
Okay, so now that we know what a great presentation is, we gotta talk about why you should even care. Because this goes way beyond just getting a good grade on a history project. Whether you're sharing the story of the past, prepping for a future career as a software engineer, pitching a cool new app, or a doctor explaining a treatment, or even just stepping up to lead a community charity drive, your ability to present well is literally your greatest tool for making a positive impact.
All right, let's get into the how with Section 3, your presentation toolkit.
We've covered the what and the why, so it's time to open up that presentation toolkit and break down the mechanics. Pillar number 1 is visual aids. Let's say you're doing a big project on westward expansion and the Oregon Trail. You could stand there and spend 20 minutes describing the rugged terrain, all the rivers, the mountains, and the exact path the pioneers took, or you could just show a map, right? A well-designed map makes that complex journey instantly readable and crystal clear. Good visuals should do the heavy lifting for you. They just need to be easy to read and directly connected to whatever you're talking about. Pillar number 2 is your delivery. We all know what it looks like when someone just reads directly from their notes. Head down, flat voice, absolutely zero connection with the room. Instead, you want to aim to speak naturally, at a steady pace, with solid eye contact and clear pronunciation. That is the sweet spot. Now, the real secret here isn't to memorize your speech word for word like some kind of robot. That actually just makes you more nervous. The trick is to rehearse your key points so you genuinely understand the concepts. That frees you up to look your audience in the eye, and just talk to them like you're having a natural conversation.
And that brings us to pillar number 3, organized flow. Listen, even the best speaker with the coolest visuals will completely lose an audience if their ideas are just a jumbled mess. Every strong presentation needs 3 specific steps to keep everyone on track. Step 1 is your introduction. You need a hook. Start with a crazy, surprising fact, a funny story, or a really big question. Make them want to listen right out of the gate. Step 2 is the body. This is where you present your main points in a logical order. Think of it like you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for your audience to follow. And step 3 is the conclusion. Whatever you do, don't just trail off and mumble at the end. End strong. Summarize your main idea, or maybe leave them with a thought-provoking question they'll be pondering long after you sit down.
Time for a quick recap in Section 4, Key Insights and Homework.
Whew, okay, let's take a breath. We just covered a ton of fantastic ground. Let's hit a rapid-fire review session to really lock this knowledge in. Number 1, visuals are there to simplify complex ideas. Basically, if it's complicated, show it. Number 2, strong speaking skills. like your pacing and eye contact, those are what actually hold your audience's attention. And number 3, organization is that invisible framework that makes your entire message clear and memorable.
Now for the fun part. Let's test that memory with some rapid-fire homework questions. Ready? Question 1. Name one type of visual aid you can use. Think back to our pioneer journey. Yep, a map. Maps, charts, and clean slides do the trick perfectly.
Question 2. Why is making eye contact so important? Well, because it connects you directly to the audience. It tells them, hey, I'm confident, and what I have to say is totally worth your time.
Moving to question 3. What are the 3 main parts of a presentation? Just remember to follow the breadcrumbs. Your introduction, with that catchy hook, your body to flow your points logically, and your conclusion to leave a lasting impact.
Question 4. How exactly do visuals help your audience? They make complex messages instantly clear. It gives the brain a second, much easier way to process all that information you're sharing. And our final question. Give me one tip for speaking confidently. Ditch the script, guys. Rehearse your key points so you can talk naturally instead of sounding like a memorized robot. And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Morality in Your Education.
You guys have done a fantastic job grasping these skills today. But as we draw this explainer to a close, I want to gently shift gears for a minute to a core philosophy from the HeroesMart Academy Godly Learner series, Education Without Morality Will Hurt. I want you to really think about that for a second. What is the point of being incredibly smart, of knowing how to give the most persuasive, brilliant presentation in the entire world, if you use those skills to make bad choices that end up hurting yourself or other people? A sharp mind without a moral compass, well, it's kind of like a super fast sports car with no steering wheel. It's eventually just going to crash. True education isn't just about accumulating a bunch of facts, it's about developing the wisdom and the moral grounding to use those facts for good. Because as Romans 8:6-7 promises, there is true peace of mind for everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. When you combine your incredible education, your ability to think critically, to design brilliant visuals, and to speak confidently, with a spiritual, morally guided heart, you don't just become a good student. You literally become a force for good in the world, equipped with real, lasting peace of mind. So as you go off to prep your next big presentation, I'm going to leave you with this. You now have the tools to capture anyone's attention. But what kind of message will you choose to share with the world? Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.